guys, funsizedequestrian here, and here today with a new video. Now today's video is a funsizedequestrian's thoughts video, and today's topic is going to be about tips when buying a horse. Now say you have come to a decision that you want to buy a horse. You planned out the budget, you planned out your finances, and you've totally worked it out. You can totally afford a horse. What's the next step in it? The next step would be, especially if you are a new rider, is to go to your trainer or experienced horse person and to talk to them. People who are horse trainers or your coach or an experienced horse person, they have a plethora of knowledge when it comes to looking for the right horse, buying the right horse, about PPE exams, pre-purchase exams, and about what horse would suit you. If you're a beginner, they would help you look for a beginner-safe horse. If you're a more intermediate rider, they would help you look for a horse in that level. Like when you go through ads online and go through various horse ads, you can send them the ad and the video, and the trainer or experienced horse person will be able to look over the ad and look over that video and see if that horse would be a suitable horse for you. They would be able to give you the good points about that horse, the bad points about that horse, and they would suggest whether to go look at it or to pass up on it. Another tip is to write down a list of what you want in a horse. Now, I'm not just talking about color or gender of that horse. No, I am talking about the sort of temperament that you want in a horse and the sort of experience level do you want in a horse. Do you want something that's beginner safe with a calm temperament that's easygoing and good with kids, or do you want something more green if you're more experienced? Do you want something as a project, like as a resale project, or do you want more of a competition horse that will help you go up the levels in competition in whatever competition you choose, in whatever discipline you choose? And that's another thing to write down on that list of requirements for your horse. What discipline are you choosing to excel in? Say for example that you want to excel in endurance. You want a horse that's experienced in that sort of discipline. If you want to excel in reining, you want something that's more trained in reining. In eventing, you want something that's more trained in eventing, or gonna be more trained in eventing, and vice versa. Now, breeds sometimes can be an important factor on your list, but really I think of it as color and gender. Any breed, almost any breed I should say, can do good in any sort of discipline when starting out. Again, as you go up in disciplines, the breed will tend to matter a bit more. Another tip when buying a horse is to take your time looking at ads and looking at videos. Make sure to read every single ad carefully and make sure to view your videos carefully. Look at all the... Oh, nice, Honey. Yep, that's my brother's cat, Honey, knocking down stuff. Now, as I was saying, when looking at an ad for a horse, make sure to look at every single detail in that ad. That includes looking at the vices the horse may have, the pros of that horse, the cons of the horse, if it goes barefoot, if it's up to date on shots, if it's up to date on its coggins, if it has any sort of medical problems, if it has any sort of past injury. Make sure to pay attention to all of that. I'm sure your trainer, if you do get a trainer involved, which I do highly suggest, especially if you're a beginner, will also look over that ad and tell you. And another pro tip when looking at ads, beware of scammers. There are some scammers out there who will put out a pretty convincing ad, and once you do talk to them, they will do some shady stuff like, oh, give me this amount of money and I'll trailer the horse to you and I'll give you the rest, and you can give me the rest later. There's been a few of those scams going around, so you just have to be careful with that. But yeah, taking your time looking at ads eventually does pay off in the end, because eventually you will come across that right horse that your trainer will be okay with, or that experienced horse person will be okay with, and they'll give you the okay to go look at that horse. Now, tip number 4, I think we're at, when buying a horse is when you do finally contact that person, do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask about the history or any questions that are not answered in that ad. I'm sure the seller will be happy to answer all questions to ensure that you are the right fit for that horse and that horse is the right fit for you as well. And pro tip on the asking questions bit, make sure to write down a list of questions that you may want to ask the seller. Now, tip number 5 when buying a horse. Say you found the perfect horse, your trainer has given you the okay, and you talk to the seller and you have your questions answered. You go with your trainer to the farm where that horse is. Tip number 5 is to watch the seller interact with the horse. Make sure that horse is sitting in the pasture or in the stall if it's in a stall, and make sure you carefully watch the interactions of the seller with that horse and also get involved as well. You also want to make sure that the seller rides the horse and that your trainer rides the horse before you get on that horse to try out. You don't want to arrive and see the horse already tacked up or already tacked up and already sweating, because those tend to be red flags. And when the seller and trainer ride the horse, the trainer could get a good idea of how the horse is before you get on. Now, when you get on to try the horse, don't be nervous. Just ride as you would any other horse. Just focus on you and the horse and how the horse feels to you and how the horse behaves with you under saddle. See if you develop some sort of a connection with that horse as well. Do not be afraid to do the walk, do trot, canter if the horse canters a bit. Do not be afraid to do small jumps if the horse does any sort of jumping, like cross rails, any sort of thing like that. Okay, so now you've tried the horse. You're gonna get home, you're gonna discuss it with your trainer on whether the horse is a perfect fit or not. If the horse is a perfect fit, then great! Now, pre-purchase exams. Generally, they are important to get, especially if the horse is in a hefty price range. You do want to get that pre-purchase exam done. And you also want to make sure you get a third-party vet to do it. A vet that's not associated with the seller, and a vet that's not associated with you, so that you can get an unbiased opinion on that horse. So hopefully, if you get that pre-purchase exam done by your vet, the horse patches. Great! Now you want to buy the horse. You're gonna go with your trainer, go with your trainer, with the trailer, go to that seller's place and buy the horse. Now, what you want to do is you want to have a written bill of sale. A bill of sale is like a binding contract in which the horse goes under your name. It's an agreement that the seller sells the horse at a certain price point and that the horse is yours. There's also papers involved if your horse is a breed that has registration papers that you can transfer into your name, and that is highly suggested that you do transfer in your name as well. That's sort of the last tip of buying a horse. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have for tips when buying a horse, and I really hope this video helps you. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit like down below, and if you do want to see more equestrian content like this, please hit subscribe right down below. I'll see you guys when I post the next video. I know my unboxing video is really delayed. I should be getting the box tomorrow, hopefully, and then I can start filming that on Tuesday and post that on Wednesday night. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you later. Bye!